by Design are the key delivery partner within the Our Future Derby project, and we got involved because we're passionate about Derby. We're passionate about making difference for young people. All of our work is about inspiring young people, whether that be in terms of building their resilience, whether it be about raising their awareness of STEM subjects, but really that core of career-related learning. We've been doing a significant amount of parental engagement, which has been really interesting. We've been out into the 7 wards doing carnivals, doing the Drawing Your Future exercise with children making badges. It's been quite interesting to see the parents' interactions with the children and what they think they might have said they wanted to do for a living and what the reality is. I think one of the key things for me is sometimes people don't realise that they've got stories to tell that can impact on young people, and I think, you know, encouraging people from all types of background, all types of communities, every range of job you can think of, whether you be the cleaner, the caretaker, somebody working in a kitchen, in a retail outlet, an engineer, a teacher. Everybody has their story to tell these young people about the skills they use, why they're important, and how that connects back to what they learn in school.
The programme is really about children and their career-related learning. And in essence, we're looking at children's exposure to and experience of the world of work in the classroom and outside of the classroom. So we've been working with teachers, parents, carers, volunteers and children in 7 schools in Derby. And we have learned a great deal from the early evaluation and impact assessment. It's very important that people understand that we're talking about career-related learning, and that means exposure to and experience of the world of work. We're not encouraging schools to say, what do you want to be when you grow up, and have a fixed mindset. We're looking for schools to be able to help children see that the world of work is changing.
I've been in schools a long time and I've seen lots of projects come and go, and we've had people come in from different employers, do different things with the children, and they've all been fantastic. But then they finish and that's it. So for me, the key to this project is staff CPD and leaving that legacy in the curriculum to raise aspirations for the children, to make them better citizens all round, because that's what employers want in the long run. I would really recommend this project to other schools, but it needs a whole school approach. It needs an ethos change in the school, and it needs all staff on board and parents to really think about how they want their children to be when they leave their school. The highlight for me has been seeing the staff's eyes light up when they talk about a really drab part of the curriculum, and they talk to a professional who's nothing to do with schools about it and bring it to life using this project, and seeing staff more excited about boring topics now than ever. That's really excited me.
So we were invited today to come and see the students and to host a workshop with them. So they've had a go at building Kano computers, so actually having a look at the mechanics of a computer, how to build it, put it all together. And they've been having a look at Sphero balls as well, so computer coding. So yeah, it's been fantastic. Lots of questions. So how does IT work in this industry? Or I want to be a singer, so I don't need IT. Well, actually, IT is across all industries. So it's been quite enlightening, I think, for the children.
I think Our Future Derby is absolutely crucial to inspiring the next generation. We've got a fantastic range of local businesses in Derby, both large corporates like Rolls-Royce, where I work, but also some SMEs and start-up companies as well. And Our Future Derby offers people from those businesses the opportunity to go into schools, talk to young people as young as 6, 7, 8 years old about the opportunities that we have in our city. And I think it's really important to bust some of the myths and stereotypes and perhaps old-fashioned views that are there about what careers are available. Well, I think there is probably a gap at the moment in terms of there's not much career provision in primary schools. There is quite a lot going on at secondary, but I think secondary is probably too late, and I think in primary schools children are making decisions about what they want to do in the future, but also even more crucially what they don't want to do, and sometimes that's based on myths and stereotypes that are no longer true. So I think it's really important to get involved at an early stage, to work closely with schools, to get businesses more involved involved in the classroom so that children can access real role models, authentic people from the local area who are working in really exciting jobs, and they can find out more about it.
It's very inspiring to be here in Derby today, just to look at the range of volunteers we've had who work here in Derby and talking to the young children here in Derby and see how this is going to be rolled out across the whole of the area. It's a very exciting initiative where people are giving up time, maybe an hour a year, to go into their local school and chat to children about their jobs and answer questions that children have. And children are very inquisitive, and they often get their inspiration from the TV or social media, and if they can't see people doing the jobs, how do they know they exist? I mean, they ask, young people ask such interesting questions of the adults. They're very inquisitive, and I think some of the kids had better ideas of what the people on the What's My Line did than some of the adults. But it's clear that a lot of the guesses are based on who they see in their family and their community on TV, which is what you'd expect. Nothing wrong with that. But if we can get people to go into schools, it broadens. So we had on the panel today, we had a female firefighter, we had a female rugby player, we had a male engineer, we had a scientist, a really lovely range of people going in. For those kids, they're relatable role models.
Well, I've been delighted by the uptake because there's considerable enthusiasm. The new Ofsted framework requires teachers to look at how they're going to deliver a rich curriculum. Many schools are reviewing the curriculum that they put together to engage young people and children in their schools. And so it's a really good time to be considering innovative ways in which they make that learning more engaging for the youngsters. But I think what interests me particularly about this programme in Derby is that it focuses on primary schools, and therefore young children who probably in many cases would not have much in the way of career-related learning. The statutory duty for careers education starts at year 8 or in secondary schools, whereas our experience is that the earlier you start that learning journey, the more likely you are to equip young people with the aspirations and skills that will enable them to make informed choices about what they do beyond school.
So we're really excited to be a part of the Our Futures Derby project. As a Chamber of Commerce, our members talk to us all the time about the issues they have in terms of exciting young people, attracting young people into their organisations. What this project does, and it does fantastically well, is it takes those business people into primary schools across Derby and really helps give them an idea of what's on in the local community and how as a young person they can aspire to be employed and living and working and enjoying Derby in the future. Our members tell us all the time that they struggle to excite young people and attract young people into their businesses. What this project does is it takes those businesses and those business people into the schools. It gives young people a chance to find out more, to ask questions, to learn about what's out there and to equip them with what they need to grow up and live and work and enjoy Derby for the long term.
I've just taken part as a volunteer in Our Future Derby What's My Line assembly. It was really interesting to see what the kids thought my industry was, because I came in plain clothes and they were guessing actress, carer, assistant, teacher, and then when I walked in my sports kit they were all a bit taken back and the woes sort of filled the room, but it was really, really exciting.
I think today was a really nice day. My favourite thing was building the laptops because I don't really get to do that, and it's pretty cool to do coding. And I loved how we got to try and guess the jobs of 6 contestants.
Today was a really nice day. We come here and we do lots of things like build train tracks, and we do IT by making computers.
I liked about this one how we got to make our bulb work.
The laptop part was really not good because I finally got to do what my dream was by building a computer.